Justices have ruled colleges and universities can no longer use race as a factor in the admissions process. The 6-3 decision split the court along ideological lines. This will have ripple effects across the country, forcing schools to rewrite their admission policies. The president says he's directing the Department of Education to look for other ways to build more inclusive and diverse student bodies. Today's ruling isn't expected to change admission at Washington State schools, but for thousands of students preparing to write 2024 college applications, this ruling could have an impact. Fox 13's Matthew Smith joining us now. So, Matt, this changes 4+ decades of precedent.
And the opinions in this case are fiery. Frankly, 237 pages of this document include personal attacks. Justice Clarence Thomas singling out the newest member of the court, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, writing, as she sees things, we are inexorably trapped in a fundamentally racist society with the original sin of slavery and the historical subjugation of Black Americans still determining our lives today. Jackson firing back, writing, Justice Thomas ignites too many straw men to list or fully extinguish here. The takeaway is that those who demand that no one think about race refuse to see, much less solve for, the elephant in the room. Now, if you can't tell with that, this was a court once again split along party lines, but this has real-life impacts, including students in our state.
This is a small setback, but the revolution towards an America that feels like home for all of us, each and every single one of us, I don't think has diminished.
That's Sharon Navis, Executive Director of Equity and Education Coalition, reacting to today's 6-3 ruling. The ruling was focused on admissions for Harvard and UNC, but it's expected to have other schools around the country scrambling to change admissions policies. Experts say it will likely lead to college campuses becoming whiter overnight. In our state, public institutions can't take race into consideration. UW's president among those reacting, though, saying, quote, we will review the Supreme Court's action and any impacts on the UW.
It's just a bad decision.
Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal telling me today it re-energizes a push to expand the Supreme Court, a sentiment that became a bigger talking point roughly a year ago following the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Expansion of the court is something that has happened before. It isn't unprecedented. And in fact, it is also something that has helped to bring the court back in line and to help the court understand that they don't have unilateral ability to bring political considerations into their decision making.
But in the short term, those on the ground say this decision will have sweeping real-world impacts.
This country was based on the idea that education is the foundation to exit poverty, and yet we're making it harder and harder for those who currently live in poverty to get out of poverty.
Navis, one of many, pointing out today diversity isn't just about race, that these discussions should also be about neurodiversity, disability, gender, and more. As she and education experts have been pointing out today, white women have benefited from affirmative action more than any other group when it comes to college admissions. In the newsroom, Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.